Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to the MindCrack server. And... I think that's enough of that, don't you think? Oh, so, how's it going, guys? You may be wondering, why has Kurt lost his mind? And perhaps if you are only just now asking that question, you should be asking what's wrong with you, because that happened long ago, the day I lost my mind. But yeah, we're back on the MindCrack server, and you'll notice some very advanced progress here. That is due to a friend. A friend has helped out, KurtJMac, in our attempts to make an abnormally and ridiculously large build for somebody who really doesn't build much. And that friend would be... Whoa, did I get that? Awesome. Friend would be... Who says greetings, basically. Blah, 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 blah. He basically says he's very interested in alignment with the moon and the sunrise. It's kind of difficult not to align a building in Minecraft with the moon and the sunrise, since it's always kind of on an equatorial setup. But regardless, and he gave us a bunch of these awesome pickaxes and shovels, because he said it was quite painful to be watching me do all this building with iron tools, unenchanted iron tools. He needs a drink. But the dude, Avidia, gave us... Which ones did he give us? Oh, that was mine. He gave us this diamond pickaxe with efficiency 3 and silk touch, which was great because I've been collecting straight up smooth stone. But then also this efficiency 5 and unbreaking bacon cheeseburger pickaxe, which I've been using to clear out. That just goes like gangbusters combined with the haste beacon downstairs. The cube I have completely emptied out. I've emptied out the cube, I'll show you that. And he gave us another beacon. He gifted us another beacon, which I'm actually going to set up now. I don't know that, well, I know for a fact that I've never set up a beacon on camera with you guys, and I think I've figured it out, like how to actually do that, although I need some sort of... gold will do. Gold is pretty pointless, or, well, I guess I could use iron. Gold. Gold it's gonna be. Put up a beacon here, much closer to the build. Perhaps I should do it because the build is going to be taking place right here. I don't want to put it in the build, although I could, theoretically. No, let's just make it just outside. I should be well protected and well covered by the radii of the beacon. So let's build out a nice little location here to help us with the haste. This shovel is a shovel, tell you what. So yeah, I can't thank Avidia enough for continuing to be somebody who helps assist my lack of knowledge about the game and my lack of skills in grinding out these sorts of necessary components, because I was starting to get a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of digging I would need to be doing in order to flatten this area out, and it now makes sense. I wonder, like, how do these people make these amazing things in Minecraft, in vanilla Minecraft of all places, and have the time to do, you know, your Zistos, you know, people like that. And it's because they enchant their items, and it's because they use beacons, and they use things within the game that allow them to build such amazing creations. and this certainly helps me out. It's a little, it does lose, as was indicated by the screaming fit I was having. It does lose a bit of that therapeutic sense that I was talking about in the last episode. Digging out a giant trench or chasm on your own, block by block, because now it's no longer block by block. It's just that sort of thing. Sorry, it's that sort of setups, but it's a lot more encouraging seeing the progress you can make and be like, oh, this seems possible. This is no longer another Farlands expedition. This is actually something that is physically possible to build and to complete in Minecraft. And perhaps I will have to revisit some earlier build ideas with these sort of tools in mind. Because even digging out the racetrack, whew, boy howdy, that was getting to be a little bit overwhelming as well. So I am going to build this pyramid, as you have to do in order to achieve additional beacon properties, such as haste. Maybe there's something else. What else can you put on a beacon? Is this what does it need to go one more deeper? Maybe it needs to go one deeper. We're about to find out. Yeah, dang it. Yeah, it does need to go one deeper. That's probably why he gave me 24 more. Although I need more than 24, don't I? 8, 9. Yeah, I would need more than 24. All right, well, this will have to do. I will settle for haste and regeneration, I suppose. Speed, no, haste. Oh, can I? Yeah, I think, oh, maybe I can. Yeah, you put that there, you select your secondary power, and you say, check mark. And you get haste too. All right, well, I guess I do know how to make a beacon. Still doesn't make sense. I did that downstairs like 4 times. I kept hitting check. I think I was wasting my gold ingots. But apparently you have to select your power and then hit the check mark. So now we have haste too. So now even this pickaxe with efficiency 5 should take down this small mound with the quickness. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will catch up with you guys. Although, wait a bit. Yeah, this is fast and it collects the smooth stone, but I like this much better. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna smooth out this area. I've also been using the technique I learned from Lorgon 111 to, instead of filling in this entire lake, you cover it with flowing. You don't put the source block or else you'll make obsidian. Flowing lava will create smooth stone, so it'll be a nice, at least a nice little, what do you call it? A foundation to fill out the rest of this, and I'll kind of round it out nice on that edge. But I'll do this, and I'll be back with you with a further status update. Is that the right one? That is the right one. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. Oh, Jesus. Hello. Whoa, witch. There's a witch on the premises. Okay. A dead witch on the premises. Yeah, okay, welcome back. I just actually got back from editing that first segment of video and the intro, and I apologize. I really do. Oh, that was well worth it though. At least if somebody likes it, then it will be worth it, and that somebody is me. Oh man, so yeah, I kind of edited that together to see how long that whole sequence would be, and did a little bit of work here on the side, and I'm starting to be mildly concerned that I'm going to need far more smooth stone than I actually have. I've got 2 1/4-ish tanks full. The rest of these are dirt and then miscellany. And as you can see, I have flattened out the lands and started to build the structure-ish sort of thing. I had to carve this out, and I replaced this all. Most of this was actually already smooth stone, but some of it was dirt I had to fill in. So I got these are the feet, I guess you could say, the base. This is the foundation. So there's 1 and a 2 on this side. Each one, this one's kind of hard to see because there is a big, but yeah, there's the other one. Each one is 13 wide by 50 deep. Whoops. And I do have the issue, as you saw, a witch there with spawning mobs and whatnot. Still, I'm online Obama lonesome. But yeah, starting to set off the build here. And I really have to, like I said, think about my material of choice. So yeah, let's just take a look at it from afar. And yeah, that's a spicy meatball. Basically, I'm gonna give it away. People on the Reddit, and I'm not sure if that also bled into the comments of the videos, have figured it out. I am not building anything NASA related or Kennedy Space Center or the VAB or anything, as many people guessed. I'm not sure how I would do that. It would have to be white, and I would need either a bunch of white clay, but then white clay isn't really white, and it's kind of pinkish, and or white wool, and that would be crazy. So no, not the VAB. I am building a thing that is out here near Chicago. Fermilab. Fermilab, specifically the main hall. I think it's called Wilson Hall. It's this very cool structure. It's pretty much out in the middle of nowhere because it's also surrounded by the giant Tevatron, the big particle accelerator, which has since been eclipsed by the CERN super collider thingamabob. But it's a very cool building. I'm sure you can look up on the internets what it looks like. It is a very industrial design. It has this very awesome atrium in the middle, but it's like 2 towers stacked next to each other, connected by the atrium, except there's a gradual slopage to the towers, and you can kind of see that with this base right here. It's going to slope, and then it's going to go vertical. And like I said, and I'm actually starting to be a little bit concerned, I don't like the slope on the bottom, because it has to be kind of more of a gradual to then vertical. So I feel like I might, even though the proportions right now are perfectly 50 by 50, I might have to do something, say, like what? How would I do this? Like this, beep, bop, boop, beep, or something like that, you know, to make it, that's a little bit too extreme, actually. Possibly even just like that, to make it seem more slopey. This way, it seems like it's kind of going this way, the way I have these blocks offset. Well, I suppose maybe, what if I were to just move those up 1? Yeah, I'm being smart. Does that kind of make it seem like it's sloping? I don't know. I'm just going to keep it the way I kind of mocked it up. For now, this is something that can be easily changed. But basically, yeah, like I said before, it's going to be 16 floors. It's actually, there's an additional floor on top for like the roof and whatnot, so almost 17. And each of the floors is 3 tall, 3 blocks tall. So that means the actual floor parts are going to be what this structure is right here. These points are going to be connected, and that's going to be the entire floor. This first floor is a little bit bigger because of the foundation, and kind of it's the main atrium floor, I guess you could call it. But essentially each floor is going to be 3 tall. I felt that was a nice height. You know, 2 tall for a building is really close to your head. 3 tall, you know, gives the appearance of enough room when you're inside. I did at first mock it up with floors that were 4 tall, but then multiply that by 16 and you end up pretty high up in the sky. and also really wasting resources that way. But yeah, now I'm like just laying out these floors right here took like a bunch of time and a bunch of resources. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually build one of these floors before your very eyes. Build one of these floors and see how many stacks it takes. I have 9 stacks. Oh, I have 9 stacks of smooth stone. Oh, I do need something to actually climb up there. I'm gonna lay out a floor here, and then we're going to panic and freak out that we don't have enough stuff. Oh, hello. Oh, I lost my boots. Oh, because I kept falling. That'll do it. All right, so yeah, sure. Let's do it like that. All right, so let's climb up there and make this floor, and I'll continue, I guess, talking about the inspiration. It really doesn't require inspiration. I do tend to do, you know, I was saying that people guessing the VAB and whatnot, this is still 13 wide, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, perfect. People who had guessed the VAB, something NASA related, a space shuttle, a launch pad or something, good guesses, but I don't know. I tend to like the, is there a faster way to do this? The more obscure builds. You know, there have been so many people making Space Shuttle or the Saturn V launch pad or whatnot. Oh my god, it's going to take an entire stack just to get across. Well, yeah, I guess that's 50 blocks. Oh my god, I'm not going to have enough blocks. You know, there's so many people who've made those in creative mode and in regular mode and vanilla mode that I feel like something, you know, much like I could have just done last season, a plain old observatory. I decided to, I saw, it was like in an article or something, or a picture. I saw a picture of the Cincinnati Observatory. It's just a really tiny, rinky-dink old thing, but it really caught my eye, and I'm like, that would make a good Minecraft build. So it's a little bit obscure, just kind of to be inspired by. So that's why I feel like this is an obscure build. The Wilson Hall of Fermilab out west Chicago, West Chicagoland, West Chicago suburbs, I guess is where it technically is. And it also has, well, these are like the main offices, I suppose. And I think I've done, in elementary school, primary school, whatever you call it, we've done field trips out here. And this is kind of the place where you go for field trips in this building, and they have not classrooms, auditorium type things for whatever. And it is also, they also recently, there is, you know, despite the fact that a couple years ago they actually shut down the Tevatron because it didn't get funded again, because obviously it's been surpassed by the CERN super collider. And while it was still doing science and actually still making discoveries, they just decided to, you know, Fermi, which is actually, who does it? It's the Department of Energy, I believe, is the one who kind of sets the funding for Fermi, the Fermi Foundation. I'm not exactly sure, but they also fund and they send scientists out to CERN. So there was always a big hubbub about, oh, CERN, it's not American soil, and they're advancing science, and us Americans aren't. There's still a lot of American participation, global participation. It's kind of like the International Space Station of the physics world. And there's actually, I was getting to, on the first floor, I remember seeing the last time I was there is actually a control room for the CERN super collider, and it's kind of a cool thing with a bunch of screens and computers and desks, and there's a kind of a glass window you can look through as the public, as a member of the public, to see what's going on. And I think it's, you know, when it's nighttime over there in CERN is when the American controllers take over from this room in Fermilab, which is kind of cool. But I also, you know, like I said, they do something with neutrino detection, but not exactly in that the method I was talking about with the underground thing with little glass balls or anything. So that's actually, like I said, in Japan, there's multiple different types where those neutrino detectors are. Somebody in the comments mentioned it's called like Super Kimono Day or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, like I said, that's a secondary build. This building is the primary build. I'm not sure if I'm going to be making anything inside, just because I just want to finish the actual basic structure and the exterior. There's got to be a faster way to do this. I got so excited for my gift from Avidia to be able to like just blast through a bunch of stone and dirt that now, you know, I did, you know, what would have probably taken me about 4 or 5 days with my standard equipment has been blasted away in a couple hours here in a single episode, thanks to Avidia. But now I've quickly gotten to the point where it's slowed back down again, because there really is no way to place blocks quicker, especially when you're kind of teetering on the edge like I am. And I was going to make a point about, I mentioned before how it almost I can now see, thanks to these enchanted tools, care of Avidia Zen sponsor. Yeah, he's going to have his name on the plaque outside of the you know, the keystone outside of the Fermilab project here. But it, you know, while it kind of removes that relaxing aspect of Minecraft, like I was talking about, the kind of getting into a rhythm and just kind of turning off your brain and digging a giant hole in the middle of the ground by just going blah really fast. And you know, now I see how it is possible for your Arcuses, your Ethos and BOOs, and even Avidia has that. You know, you look at his dojo; it's kind of small above ground, but go underground, and he has a whole system of craziness down the stairs and stuff. Now I can see how that's possible without completely ripping your brains out. Of course, it was possible prior to enchantments and speed boosts and things like that. It's just was a little bit, oh my god. It's going to take like 10 stacks for each floor. There's 16 of them on each side. There's like 2 towers. This is like 2 builds that are just going to be connected by an atrium. I've got to do the math and see how short-changed I am. I might have to dig a secondary neutrino detector somewhere, perhaps underneath that mountain or something, because that's generally where they are, so there's more land above you. Mine is inoptimally placed underneath the lake. But I was going to make a point about how, yeah, it kind of removes the kind of difficulty-ish aspect of mining block by block. But it also, like I said, people build stuff in vanilla that's amazing. It almost, because it becomes so much easier with these tools, and I'm not saying like, oh, Avidia, you ruined my fun. Just because it gets so much easier with these tools, it also makes me less critical, I suppose you could say, of non-vanilla builds, of creative builds. I know there are a few people, YouTubers, who will have a series, a Minecraft series, but they'll make their own buildings not in vanilla. They'll just go into creative mode and say, okay, I'm going to make my house. I'm going to, you know, edit that out, but I'll be right back when I'm done with my house. And they end up getting a lot of flack. I remember our friend LD Shadow Lady was talking about that. She has a single-player series where she goes into creative mode to make her homes and her buildings simply because I don't think she necessarily wants to do the grinding part to enchant items or build things vanilla style. And it just kind of allows her to then play the game, have the narrative of her YouTube, of her Minecraft show that she wants, which is more about she's all with the many mobs or whatever, the multiple pets she ends up having and stuff like that. So I feel like, oh man, it's gonna take 10 stacks. 10, get out of here, you. You're gonna burn when the sun rises. You're gonna burn. Oh man, it is gonna take, like, I need some feather falling boots, especially when I start to get much higher into the sky. Must be organized. Take from the empty chest first. I don't even have any. I don't have any additional smooth stone cooking downstairs either. So this is all the smooth stone I have from digging out the 20 by 20 by 20 block for the neutrino detector. So yeah, basically I was just getting to, it's, you know, I wouldn't, you know, there are people who swear by vanilla builds, and there are people who are more relaxed about it and will do it via, dang it, that's something I keep doing too. We'll do it via, you know, going into creative mode or whatever. There's entire series is based on creative builds. And it just, I don't feel like it's that big a deal. To each their own, specifically. And okay, this is much easier. I think that first floor is just difficult because I can't reach it from the ground. This method is much easier. Very nice indeed. Although I am going to have to go up there to light it up. So yeah, it takes like 10 stacks to make a single floor. 16 on each tower, and 16 on each tower, 2 towers, so what is that, 32? 32 times 10, 320 stacks. How many chests, I've fallen down. How many chests full is that? Oh, I should get my, that's what I should do, I should get my ender pearls. Oh, this build, I was considering, like, maybe I should take out the middle. Maybe I'll have to experiment with that. Maybe just make the frame in smooth stone and make the middle out of, like, a renewable resource, like some sort of wood. Because from 1 block of wood, you get 4 plank blocks. So, I don't know, that might be something I do. But let me just do this to see how terrible it is, and we'll just have to consider the resources at hand. But yeah, I believe this episode has gone through its paces. I'm not going to let you force you. I'm not going to let you watch. I'm not going to force you to watch me placing 10 stacks of smooth stone every episode for the remainder. Although that would bring that content that you so desire from the MindCrack server. So I'll have to. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I did, in researching this, I was looking at blueprints, and there are a bunch of articles about building this Wilson Hall. And it is cool how they built it. They basically built it like I am, layer by layer, but both tower simultaneously. That might be kind of cool. It also might be good for me so that I can make sure I'm keeping things symmetrical and I don't forget how I've done things from tower to tower, only to find out later on that I'm like 1 block off and having to tear down an entire tower. Entire tower. Say that 20 times fast. So yeah, this is the project. Oh my god, I'm gonna run out of smooth stone. This is the project I have chosen for myself. Thank you very much, Avidia Zen. Everybody, check out Avidia. It's one of very, you know, it's kind of cool here on the MindCrack server. We've got some of the original guys, YouTube Minecraft guys, like Paul Soares Jr., like Avidia. We've got, you know, Etho. It's very cool to be able to be interacting with these folksies, and being helped by them. So thank you very much, Avidia Zen. I'll put a link to his channel. And yeah, just 30 more hours of this to go before we're done. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Ah,